Hello, everybody. This is the TBK podcast. Myself today, LL, with Rash.
Welcome.
Yeah, we're going to talk about UFC. Israel Adesanya versus
Blachowicz.
Yeah, Jan Blachowicz. We're going to talk about the main event, obviously, which is these two guys. So just before we start, I mean, as you know, I predicted that Israel Adesanya was going to lose. I wasn't exactly correct, but I was correct. I thought Israel was probably going to get knocked out. And to be honest, that last round, he's lucky, that Jan got him in that situation where they only had about 30 seconds left, He looked like he was about to, receive, a horrible ground and pound, innit, Do you know what I'm trying to say? But, Rash, I mean, let's go in it. You told me what you
first off, I think I already said this in the group chat, man. I think it's unfair to say he was lucky because my man had him on his back. Pause. But he had him on the ground pause. But yeah, he had him on guard in guard for 2.5 minutes, and then in the last 10 seconds, that was only time he mounted him. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think Izzy's bottom game was good.
I'm playing.
His guard was defensively good enough to keep Jan in half guard. He kept his passing the full guard, but he didn't really get out of half guard a lot. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think Izzy did all right. He just got dominated by the stronger man. But I think because Jan, it's not a good enough excuse. But because Jan's so big, he was just able to overpower him. I personally don't feel like Izzy got outskilled. I just feel like he got out-muscled. And you know what? Props to Jan, man. He seems like a nice guy. On the feet, it was a little bit closer than what I would have really expected. I think Izzy definitely felt the power, but Jan was feeling the power as well too, man. I think Izzy was kind of lighting him up with a few shots. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't. You know what it is here, Rash. I feel like. I don't want to say aggressive, but he was very active. But Jan was checking a lot of Israel's attacks. He was reacting to a lot of the feints in that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And he was very reactive in that. But he was checking a lot of Israel's attacks. Now, I don't quite know how it was scored. But the first round, I thought Adesanya might have got that round, but I understand why some might say, Jan got that round, The second round, I thought it was Izzy's round, but I heard the commentators saying they thought that was Jan's round, The third round, I thought that was Jan's round, but I understand why people would give it to Izzy, Round 4 and round 5, those were Jan rounds, Now, those rounds, that Jan ran, the last 2 rounds, they could have easily been 8-10.
Do you know what?
Because he had him on his back for 3 minutes in the 4th round. He had him on his back for 3 minutes. And in the second round, he had him on his back for 2 minutes. And in the 4th round, before Jan got him down, it's it looked like to me Adesanya knew he had to do something, and it's he got a bit brave, and he tried to walk Jan down. He tried to he was fighting very brave, don't get me wrong, but he tried to kind of come forward and start trying to light Jan up a little bit, but then Jan just took him down. He just took him down straight away. And
you know what? When he landed that takedown, my heart sunk. I'm not even gonna lie, bro, because it was the ease of the takedown as well, bro. He just kind of slammed it out. I was like, this is I knew he wasn't gonna be able to get up from the 4th round. I knew if he got taken down again, he wasn't gonna get back up. Do you know what I'm saying? So I was like, fuck, he's lost this now, innit? But from in my personal opinion, I think Izzy was winning that round up until that point. Because Jan was still hitting him a bit, but Izzy was landing the more quality strikes. But then as soon as I seen that takedown, I was like, this is. I was like, nah.
That's the thing, though, you know what the thing is, though, right? Because when I was watching it, because I watched it, live as it happened, and after I watched it again after, and I felt like Izzy, he's a very flash fighter, isn't he? He's very flash, And sometimes you can kind of get blinded by the glitz and glamour of his style, But then when you actually kind of watch it, you actually see a lot of his strikes. Jan's checking, he's blocking, But then Izzy might, like, for example, like, it was like Izzy might throw like 10 to 12 strikes, yeah? Jan will block it, and then after, he would just hit Izzy with like a clean 2 shots. Yeah, do you know what I'm trying to say? It's like, it will hit him cleanly like twice and that, yeah? But Izzy's just been attacking him, and he was just blocking a lot of stuff here. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I don't know if Izzy, like that assessment that you had that Izzy was kind of lighting him up. I don't really know. I don't know. I see Izzy hitting with like a really clean shot in it might have been the 3rd round.
Yeah, I think it was the 3rd round. Yeah, right.
I think it was the 3rd round. Yeah, like Jan seemed like he was like, woof, okay, like that. Like, he seemed like he was hurt for like a cool 30 seconds here. Do you know what I'm trying to say here?
But Jan said something interesting when in the post interview, because he said he thought Israel was going to be faster, but he was slower than what he thought. But he said he didn't think he was going to hit hard. But he was saying Izzy was hitting him harder than what he thought he was going to be hitting him. So like, so that's what I mean as well. Like, I do think Izzy was tagging him. And I think on the feet, like it was, even though it was a bit more competitive than what I would have thought it would been on the feet, I think Izzy was winning. But Jan can strike as well, man. Jan's a beast. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't going to be the whitewash that Izzy wanted it to be. Yeah, and the legend was, how do you say, the legendary Polish power, it came into play, man, and
came into play.
Yeah, man, like as soon as he put those takedowns into effect, like Izzy did look a bit lost in it. He looked like a fish out of water, like where you could see him trying, like he was really, really trying. He wanted to win, but there was nothing he could have done, which I think going forward, it's like what's his mindset going to be like as well now? Do you know what I'm saying? Because before, like, it's not really like, we know he's lost in kickboxing, but in MMA he's not really faced much adversity. Like, obviously he had the Calvin fight where he had a bit of adversity and he gritted down and he showed his grit, but like to get dominated like that, like it's gonna have a little bit of an effect on his confidence, I think. But and just to cap it off as well, on this point, I think all the people saying that he was a hype job and this, that, and the other, we've seen what Jan did to Luke Rockhold, who was a middleweight moving up. He knocked him out smooth, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? We've seen what Jan did to Reyes, who was a middleweight moving up. He knocked him out in 2 rounds. So I think if Izzy was that much of a hype job, Jan would have stopped him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, is that what they're saying online?
I'm seeing. I'm in a few MMA groups and everything. I'm seeing. Izzy was a hype job. It's like, nah, bro. Izzy's the real deal. But I think he just tried to challenge himself a bit too quickly. Like, even the whole thing about not putting on any muscle or anything. Like, he didn't do it correctly. He was telling, man.
Yeah, like see, this is the thing. Yeah, like, sorry. Before I go on to my next point, I just wanted to say, I personally think that when fighters fight, there comes that unspoken thing where a fighter knows, and although Izzy, he fought very bravely, and he like you said, he was trying throughout the fight, but those last 10 seconds when he turned away, and Jan mounted him, those last 10 seconds, like, I don't want to say I saw quit in him, but I don't want to say that because I feel like it's disrespectful to say that, of a fighter of, Israel Adesanya's stature. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But it's just, when you see a fighter, when they realize, fuck, I'm in trouble, he's got me. Do you know what I mean? And then the bell went, and it was over. Do you understand what I'm saying? Between the two of them, they know. But in saying that as well, the next point I wanted to move on, I actually want to commend Israel Adesanya for the way he took his loss. You know what I'm trying to say? He took his loss like a champion. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He made no excuses. Like he said, he had a bad day in the gym, but it wasn't in the gym, it was in the office. That's what it is. At the end of the day, you fight, you win some, you lose some. It doesn't take away from your greatness, and you get back to business. And this is what I like, about the youth. Like, I'm a boxing fan. I always say it, just to be clear. Boxing is my first love. But when it comes to UFC, this is the aspect of UFC that I love about UFC.
Definitely. That you can take a loss and you're not seen as, well, for the most part, you're not seen as, he's done, it's over. Like, you can take a loss, bounce back, and then he's probably going to go back down to middleweight now and beat everyone. Do you know what I'm saying? But But it just depends if his mindset's the same, he's gonna go back down to middleweight and beat everyone again. So it's calm.
Yeah.
Really. But one last thing before we go, and we can have a nice little debate about this, because I was still saying that Izzy's still the best striker in MMA, like by far, isn't it? You were like you have someone else in mind. So tell me what I want. Tell me what I want. I'm seeing some madness in it. I can see where you're coming from, but it's just a no for me. It's just a no for me.
All right, so listen, you're trying to compartmentalize everything here. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, and you're like, Izzy's the best striker. John Jones is the best MMA fighter. Listen, forget all of that. Do you understand? Forget all of that. Forget all of that. Yeah, John Jones. Yeah. Is the guy, yeah? He hasn't been beaten, yeah? He's lost, yeah, due to disqualification, but he hasn't been beaten, yeah? Some people might argue that some guys done good in some of his fights, yeah? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Some guys might have outstruck him or whatever, but he always found a way to win, yeah? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, John Jones is the guy. And prior to Izzy fighting Jan, there was a lot of this talk about, Izzy one day fighting John Jones, and looking at that display there, yeah? John Jones is a completely different animal, man. Like he's more rangy than Izzy. Yeah, he's that's his weight class. Yeah, do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm not gonna say that he can do everything that Izzy does, but he does everything that he does as well as what Izzy could probably do. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, do you know what I mean? As well as he's got more to his game, like his wrestling, for example.
Yeah. So I think with John and everything, I think like I was saying, as a complete package, he's the best in it. I think John Jones is probably the most talented fighter I've ever seen in any combat sport. That's just my personal opinion. Do you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people go, "Oh yeah, Peds, bro." Listen, innit? Like there's bare fighters that have been on Peds, and I've not seen them as good as John Jones, innit? But so fuck it, innit? It doesn't matter. But
exactly.
But like just as far as striking goes, bro, I think there's several fighters that are better than John Jones in the striking department. But John just puts everything together so well.
Puts it together well.
And his fight IQ is crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's now it's just like how well can John be at heavyweight, because we still haven't seen that yet. So obviously we got Stipe versus Ngannou coming up, and then John's getting the winner. So I really want to see John versus Stipe, because that's more of an even fight. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Ngannou's got more of a puncher's chance. Like him and Stipe is a proper MMA fight. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's the fight I'm ready to see. I'm ready to see that fight, man.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing with John Jones though, which I do like about him, is that when he does his prep, he does it right. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say? It's like, I mean, I can't remember what event it was, but there was one event where it got cancelled and they were to change his opponent last moment. And he was like, nope. I ain't prepared for that fight. Nope. Do you know what I mean? Like John, he does his preparation well. Like he's been preparing now for quite a while, innit, to move up to heavyweight. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So hopefully, the outcome will be different to what it was tonight. With the Adesanya fight, Adesanya kind of just, he kind of just jumped in there as a middleweight, and he just tried to just go in there and hope that his skills will pay the bills. Whereas John Jones, he is actually going to step up to he's actually going to step up to heavyweight,
be a full-fledged heavyweight.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, but I mean, we'll see what a heavyweight John Jones looks like when it happens. Yeah, man. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. I mean, is there anything else you'd like to add before we go?
No, not that I can think of, man. That's about it. So until next time, until the next big fight, we've got a few big fights coming up and everything. We've got Gonzalez and Estrada coming up soon as well. So yeah, we'll chat about that soon as well, man. But yeah, man, that's been it.
Excellent. So Israel Adesanya loses his undefeated record. So his record's now 20-1. Yeah. So he's going to move back down to middleweight. And hopefully we'll see more great things from Israel Adesanya. This ain't the end of the journey. It's just the beginning, and we'll see if he can continue to bring greatness to the sport. All right, Rash. So take it easy. That's myself, LL, Rash. This is the TBK podcast. Take care.
And this is the TBK podcast.